anyone who blocks my path.
The blood that flows through her veins is special, and extremely dangerous. If showing pity would put my allies in danger, I will not hesitate to kill them.
Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Fire Emblem Three Houses. This is Damiel. I got myself stuck. The good news is I did it when I was just running around and preparing to do this episode. But yeah, I can't really go this way, and I can't really... Oh, there. Okay, got unstuck. Not that it really matters on the plus side, but it was kind of funny. I'm just running around. I'm like, wait, I can't move. But as you guys know, we're going to go through our various and the sundry updates to our social skills. Man, I can't speak. I'm having a stroke. Probably not. I hope not. That would be bad. Piece of advice for any of you at home: if you ever think you're having a stroke, do not continue to play video games. Investigate that situation, but I am pretty sure that I am not. So, support. Go ahead and start with me. Dimitri. And wait, what? Oh, this must be a special serial report. Because I'm female now and I didn't have access to it before. That makes sense. I bet that's the same thing for Ignatz. Can't move. Yeah. So Dimitri's the only one that really exists.
Professor. If you don't mind, I have a favor I'd like to ask of you.
Alright.
It's in regard to sword training. Not for myself, but
for Felix.
Well, to be honest, I've been teaching swordsmanship to the orphans at the monastery for a while now.
But you suck at sword. I mean, that's not really true. He doesn't suck, but... Yeah, why did you pick swordsmanship?
Some of them saw me sparring with the knights one day. They started pestering me to teach them. They were so earnest, I couldn't help but oblige.
I mean, you could, but granted, we are in a war situation, so I don't know why you would.
There's much I wish to show them, but due to my own studies and training, I'm afraid my time is rather limited. Which brings me to my favor. Your swordsmanship is unmatched. I hate to ask this of you, but would you consider lending me a hand?
I mean, you know I punch stuff, right?
Thank you, truly. I am in your debt, and I always repay my debts, I'll have you know. All of these children lost their families and homes to war or illness. This may sound a bit arrogant, but I feel it's my responsibility to help them. I lost my parents without warning, too. In that way, we're the same. In Dusker, I lost my father, stepmother, and closest friends. I didn't have many allies at the castle after that.
I am really curious how he ended up being so close with the Duskarian that no one else really trusts.
In truth,
there we go.
To do for companionship.
It's funny, I was like, duh something. Else you can trust?
I once had people I could confide in. Family, friends, instructors, even the royal soldiers.
Oh, but now that you're the heir, I bet people treat you differently.
But they were all taken away from me 4 years ago. Ah, but there were those outside the castle walls I was close to, such as Rodrigue. On the occasions he would visit the capital, he'd take me out hunting or on long horse rides. While Dedu is like a brother to me, Rodrigue is more like a second father.
Yeah, Dedu keeps treating you with respect, which is something you don't want, and you can't seem to get through his thick skull.
It might sound ridiculous, but he's the kind of man I hope to become one day.
Not ridiculous at all. That's what a second father figure is for. You can't necessarily choose your dad, so sometimes it's funny. I think that every single child is torn between wanting to emulate certain parts of their parents and wanting to completely distance themselves from other parts of their parents. I know that we long had this kind of saying back in my household that most of the, and granted this is half in jest and half not, but most of the great things about lessons of how to live I got from my mom, and most of the vices to avoid I got from my dad. And it's half true, but yeah, he definitely grew up when I grew up, he was a very minor alcoholic, addicted to cigarettes. You know, didn't do any hard drugs, but it was still, I was like, oh, don't want to do that, don't want to do that, don't want to do that.
Someone who helps others. Someone who can reach out and save a lost soul. Oh, please, accept my apologies for boring you with my life story. In any case, don't forget your promise, Professor. I'm counting on you.
All right. So that one, everything is waiting, which makes sense. They're all level S's. I just happened to just recruit them, and so they're suddenly showing up. Okay, Felix, I was like, do you have any relation? Wow, a lot of them for her. Okay, so they all are legit. I was like, because if you have some I've seen from the other characters, that I don't care. Oh, level B with awesome.
He's always with that man from Dusker. How strange.
I'll bet he used some dirty tricks to gain his favor. That's how those scoundrels from Dusker operate.
What a pleasant conversation you seem to be having. May I join? Please, continue.
Oh, Your Highness, I was just...
This is where, and this is one of the reasons why I refuse to be royalty, because I was clearly offered at one point, you know. But where you sit there and if I had the power to execute people, it would be a hard power. Like, these people do not deserve to be killed. But if you have that power, you would just kind of, oh, this person annoys me. Okay, get rid of them. I don't know how you learn the temperance you would need to not abuse your power, especially at a younger age.
I said continue.
I'm sorry, Your Highness.
Not sound like you're continuing.
Such foolishness runs rampant. I fear it is the reality of Fargus for now.
It must appear strange to them, to see me always in your company.
Does it bother you to do?
I mean, I'm sure it must at some level.
Of course not.
Don't lie.
However,
Let me guess. You take exception to the gossip that you use dirty tricks to obtain your position. Is that it?
that does perturb me, but not for my own sake. I am concerned about your Highness's reputation.
We're not talking about my feelings, but yours. As far as I'm concerned, those fools can talk nonsense until their tongues fall out.
I am afraid I cannot agree. But if you were not concerned for your honor in this instance, then why did you intervene?
For you're stupid.
Because it is my duty to do so. The day my father was killed, I saw the swine who did it. They were not of Dusker. I saw that, knew it beyond a doubt, and yet I was unable to prevent the massacre that followed. Nor could I clear away the dishonor of regicide that has unjustly clung to you and your people. I will not rest until I make up for that. I owe you, just as I owe the spirits of those I let die.
Wow, that is the one great tragic thing about Dimitri, is that he is continually haunted by a burden that he can never live up to, and isn't even his.
I do consider Fargus to be abhorrent, but you are an exception. You offered me your hand, and pulled me out from an abyss of suffering and death. You risked your life to save a foreigner you had never met. The moment you extended your hand, I decided that only for your sake would I live the remainder of my life.
It's kind of funny where, in a certain way, both Dedu and Dimitri are basically dedicating their existence to the other.
And I would cast it aside in an instant if my death were to your benefit. For that reason, I cannot consider myself your friend.
Get over it. I know you can't.
There are still many in the kingdom who despise the people of Dusker. It would be selfish of me to stand by your side as an equal.
You can't continuously drag yourself down for the sake of other people and their beliefs.
Dedu,
Your Highness?
do you really believe I care one bit about the chatter of the ignorant?
Of course not. Please forgive my impudence.
That's not what he wants to hear, man.
I understand the intention of your words. Still, they grieve me. If you wish it so, you may continue to think of yourself as my vassal. I clearly cannot stop you. We need not be anything more or anything less. If that is what you wish to do, so be it.
Your Highness.
That is tragic. Hard to do. Like, I get where he's coming from, but it's still really sad. Plain, really.
Hi, Dudu. I wanted to thank you again for helping me out the other day.
Isn't this the first support conversation you two have had?
Everything was ready in time for dinner, and we all agreed the food was really tasty.
I barely did anything.
Oh no, I do remember the first one. Never mind. I think it's because Flame had her first one, and that's what was, in my mind, is the first encounter.
That's silly talk. With just a few ingredients, you made an amazing meal. I could never have done it. No way. You deserve all the praise in the world.
I still have much to learn.
I mean, that's true, but who cares?
Truly delicious food brings a smile to people's faces. Until I see His Highness smile in that way, I will spare no effort to improve.
Until the day where happiness is achieved.
Well, if that's your aim, you're in luck. I've seen him shovel in your food with gusto. You must be really ambitious if you're not satisfied with that meal. I'd love for you to teach me your ways. I want to be a great cook too.
Yeah, but you burned the kitchen up.
Your skills are not the problem. You merely make errors of negligence.
Well, sure, I know that. But how can I stop making those
Oh, that's
errors?
interesting. I just noticed something.
No matter how hard I try,
let me
I
let it get
always
back to
seem
the do
mess
for a
things
second.
up. The pan explodes when I cook. I forget my purse when I go shopping. That's just how life is for a scatterbrain like me.
Yeah, but here's the problem with that, actually. And there is... Okay, I'm gonna get a little psychological here, but if you keep saying, I can't help this, I just have whatever, you're reinforcing the condition. I'm not saying that people, are not naturally clumsy, or that, disabilities don't exist. But I definitely know that, let's say, for example, you have a propensity to forget people's names. Going through and just being like, oh yeah, I've got I forget names, and just saying that over and over and over again, you're basically teaching yourself that it's okay not to remember. If you want to remember, acknowledge that you're going to have a problem with it, sure. But still, don't make an excuse of it. Say, okay, I've got to remember this, Because I've definitely known people that are like that, where they just keep repeating almost like a mantra that they can't get better at this one thing, and then of course they don't.
Just the other day, I was nearly laughed off the training ground for wearing mismatched shoes. My uncle used to sigh in despair when he saw me messing something up.
You simply fail to pay attention to your surroundings. Ensure the pan is on the flame and that the knives are put away properly.
Wait, she messes that up?
Look at yourself in the mirror before you go out to make certain you have what you need. Everyone makes mistakes, but yours should be easy enough to correct.
That's all great advice. Thank you, Dudu. You really have a kind heart.
He does. Dudu is amazing.
At first, I thought you were so stern all the time.
Am I that imposing?
I mean, have you looked at yourself? That's what I was noticing before. Like, everyone's outfit does have this little, neck protector, but Dudu is so big, it almost looks like a collar on him, whereas everyone else, it's just a flourish.
Well, a bit. Maybe if you smiled sometimes. All you have to do is lift up the corners of your mouth. Like this. See?
I see. I will try it.
You will fail. Ah! He has a face not made for smiling.
Tonight's meal looks exquisite. Time for me to make the most of this opportunity.
Are you all right? Slow down. Your dinner is not going anywhere.
It's already been killed.
I am not sure it is your business to tell me how to consume my meal.
I think it is.
You must admit this food is absolutely delectable. I have not eaten something this tasty in ages.
Well, good.
I suppose my enthusiasm is a tad overwhelming. Do you happen to know who cooked this meal?
Yeah, it's Dudu, obviously.
I did.
You are the chef?
Today, Yes.
I do not think I have ever been brought to tears by a meal. Oh, Dedu, you are a chef without peer. Why, that was truly more delicious than anything I have eaten in all my years.
Wow, that's a bit of a hard, like, massive sell.
I highly doubt that.
No need for modesty. I could certainly never make anything even remotely so delicious. That gives me an idea. Will you please teach me how to cook such delicacies as the one I ate just now?
Oh, and here's a bit of a frustration I have for you. Why is, like, every female, except for Ingrid so far, being like, hey, teach me to cook? Like, is that their whole character?
You want me to teach you to cook?
Indeed. I have never been so emotional over cuisine. You must teach me your ways.
Very well. But only if you are serious, and do not quit halfway through.
Well, she can't promise that. She's... I mean, I guess she can promise, but she's kind of flighty.
Oh, I would not dream of it. Thank you, Chef Dedu.
Alright, so Dedu is finished, and Dimitri is finished. Head straight down. So says I. So, oh, I may have seen this one already, actually.
Felix, my goodness, I swear you're always training. Such a hard worker. So strong.
I think this is where she's just like, hey, you should talk to me, and he's like, no.
Hello? Felix?
Yep, it's that one. Yeah, he has no... For some reason, I thought he only... Now, did I get Leone last time?
If you don't have any business here, go away. You're bothering me.
Finally spotted me, did you?
What do you want?
They say you're the best. I wanted to see your training with my own eyes.
Spying on people. Is that a hobby of yours? I hope you got your fill.
No, she's getting very good at it. She's learning from Shamir.
Enough to see how to beat you, at least.
You think you can beat me?
Oh, I think I have seen this before.
That's right. See, I was trained by...
Gerald, yes.
So you know.
I heard he was your teacher.
Well, I mean, do you really need to say that? You just said it.
Perhaps we should test you. See how much of your training sank in.
I'm ready if you are.
Okay, I'll give you a chance.
Sounds good. When?
I'll let you know. In the meantime, practice. I won't go easy on you.
I have seen this before, but this time we might actually get deeper with it.
Oh, don't worry. I'll be ready.
This will be fun.
That's one word for it. Okay, so Felix's was rather brief because they were both ones that I've already seen before, but you know what? That's okay. Definitely have not seen this one before.
Wow, Ash, training again? You're taking this whole knight thing pretty seriously.
It's just my daily training. Maybe you could stand to be a little more eager yourself? If I want to be a great knight, I've got no choice but to put the effort in.
Want to be a great knight?
No choice. I think you're making life too difficult. Knights don't have to be perfect.
You better hope so, Sylvain.
All I'm saying is, I've seen some pretty sloppy knights out there.
That's not going to be me. I'm going to be a proud knight, virtuous and gallant.
I do love Ash. I mean, like, not obviously, not legitimately. I don't consider him husbandu material, but just that he's always like, no, this is how a knight should be, and this is how a knight's going to be if it's going to be me.
Virtuous and gallant? Are you kidding me? If you just ride around being virtuous, people will get fed up. They'll boot you out of town.
It's never wrong to have virtue, not even if it means being made an outcast.
Ash reminds me of myself when I was like 8.
Interesting idea. You think very highly of this whole virtue thing. Say, have there been any knights who became great just by thinking highly of themselves? Think on this. Knights are supposed to protect people and earn their admiration. Isn't that right?
Well, yes. So what are you saying I should do?
Seize people's hearts!
Not literally, please.
What do you mean?
You want people to love you? Offer them something they haven't got. Guess what that is? It's you, Ash. They don't have you.
Okay.
Get out there, buddy. Be valiant. Help people. Here, I'll show you how it works.
Well, that was a very abrupt shift.
Sylvain, don't go bothering people.
Hey there, cutie. You seem to have lots of bags there. They must be heavy. My name's Sylvain. Let me help you out. Are these going in the warehouse?
Yes, Sylvain is a really, really good knight, except he only helps half of the population.
Helping out those in need, I guess that's a good start.
No thanks necessary. It's been enough just to be able to talk to you. Well, if you insist, how about we go get some tea? It must be fate that we met like this. I'd like to get to know you.
Good Lord, Sylvain.
Great knight, huh? More like a great philanderer.
I mean, he can be both.
Seems like all he wants to do is flirt with women. No, I can't allow this. I have to stop him.
No, Ash, no, no. Okay. 1 second, I'll be right back. Alright guys, sorry about that. One of the troubles of being a cat dad, I just, in the background, I don't think you guys picked it up because I've got a noise gate on, but one of my cats was just meowing up a storm. Just continue, meow, meow, meow. And I was just like, okay, I'm gonna have to go see what that is. I'm sure it's nothing, and indeed it was nothing, but I was like, what if he's gotten himself trapped somewhere? What if something fell on him? Like, I'm gonna worry about it until I go check, so let me just go check now. And yes, I checked and it was nothing. Oh, level 2 with Ingrid.
Do you know this legend, Ingrid? It's about the Battle of Fodlan's Throat.
Oh yes, I know it like the hilt of my sword.
Ash, you're gonna have to come with a little bit more dense philosophy if you're gonna impress Ingrid.
With so many valiant knights appearing in this story, I couldn't help but wonder which was your favorite. I really like this one, the one in the middle, the knight who stands in defense of the Duke.
You don't even know his name?
Such a wonderful knight. One of my favorites as well.
That makes sense. He's so noble and virtuous. In fact, he kind of reminds me of you.
Thank you. You remind me of him as well. You are honest, as is he.
No, I'm nowhere near as great. Maybe someday.
Diving compliment off.
Maybe if we work hard together, we can both become knights as glorious as the one in this story.
Together, yes. Now wouldn't that be something? If only we could.
Yep, that's... she's thinking ahead, but the fact that he's a commoner.
Huh?
Ash, the legends are exactly that. Legends. They're not indicative of real life.
But they still give you an example to aspire to.
The cards we are dealt are what they are. We can work with what we have, but we can't change what's in our hand.
What's that supposed to mean?
I long to serve His Highness as a knight. The sort of knight that legends are written about.
Well, I've got some news for you. There's going to be a great calamity, and you're going to be instrumental in fixing it.
But I was born bearing a crest, and with that comes responsibility. Whether I like it or not, I am the last hope of House Galatea.
Why does Galatea need a hope?
I am the only one who can carry on the family bloodline and restore our lost fortune. To do that means setting aside my own dreams and ambitions.
You still have the right to pursue your dreams.
Ash, I must ask something of you.
All right.
Yes, of course. Anything.
My dream is aligned with your own. Please, for both of us, promise to see yours through.
Oh, that's a really interesting thing, because I kind of thought it was going to be a commoner thing, but no, it's I have obligations I can't get rid of, but I really want to see this dream through.
That doesn't seem fair.
I'll never be able to see my dream through. Doing so would mean terrible misfortune for others. So, I am bound by honor not to follow through on my own dream. But I can help you achieve yours.
I wonder what the thing about her, because they said last hope as well. There's something weird about her house and her crest.
Come on, this isn't like you at all. Please, don't smile when your eyes are so sad.
Oh, that was the deepest one we've had so far. Wow, Ash has another one? Ash, you're just getting in with everybody. Jeebus.
That's odd. I'm sure I just had it a moment ago. Ah! Ghost!
Actually...
Goddess, protect me! Huh?
Ash? Does this key belong to you?
The ghost found a key.
I found it by the door.
Marianne! I'm so sorry. Yes, that's mine. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And my apologies for scaring
You
you.
don't have to apologize. He likes it. What?
No, I'm the one who should be sorry. Kind of ridiculous, mistaking a friend for a ghost.
You can be friends with ghosts. Haven't you ever read Harry Potter? For someone as well read as you should read those books.
No, that's okay. I guess I do look like one.
Okay, of all of the characters, yeah. Especially in your actual one. Your portrait there, the hair's a little bit too light to be a ghost, but you're very, very pale and have like darker blue hair. And for some reason, dark hair on ghosts just seems more appropriate than light.
No, of course you don't.
Ash, don't lie to her. I'm having a lot of lack of respect for Ash right now.
It's just, in the dark, with your head down like that, and with your hair covering your eyes,
See, this is why you don't lie.
Does that make me look scary?
The voice is gonna... Does that make me look scary?
No, please stop.
I'm sorry that I look so ghastly.
It's supposed to be extra bad for Marianne because she knows she can turn into a beast too.
Why not just lift your head up a little?
Up? You mean like this?
Yes, that's so much better. With some light on your face, you don't look scary at all.
But she likes freaking people out. Marianne's got some, like, a twisted streak in her.
That's great. You look completely normal now. Actually, you look pretty cute.
God damn it, Ash. You were just getting on to Sylvain about that.
What did you say?
Nothing.
If you're gonna say it, you have to stand by it.
Just keep your head up and smile. I promise you'll never be mistaken for a ghost.
But being a
again.
ghost is awesome. I wish people would mistake me for a ghost. Man, what if there was a ghost running a Let's Play channel? That'd be amazing. I'll, like, use a controller through, telekinesis? Or whatever it is that ghosts use. They're sort of all wet from the ectoplasm. But man, think how precise their inputs could be if they weren't, like, limited by physical means.
Keep my head up and smile?
Always look on the bright side of life.
I'm sorry, but I don't think I can.
What? Hey, wait! Is it something I said?
No, she just has some, like, beastly remembrances. Alright, Sylvain. Sylvain's got a lot of the ones. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, though, because, you know, we're almost out, and Ingrid doesn't have any more, so only those two have someone. Gonna have to be other people.
Ah, Sylvain. It's unusual to find you doing something other than hitting on women.
Thank goodness you came in.
Ah, Dorothea. I've been preparing to do just that, as it were. My intention is to flirt with the monastery's most beautiful flower, Dorothea herself.
Oh dear. And I've ruined all your hard work.
I'm glad people aren't fawning over him.
You might as well save the effort. I'm not taking the bait.
Oh, Dorothea, your wit is as sharp as your beauty. Don't you want just a little flirting? Just a sample? I'm not like all the others, you know.
Well, no. They have common sense to, like, they have more to their personalities than just that.
I don't doubt it. By not like all the others, do you mean how serious you are about being disingenuous when you flirt?
And that is supposed to mean what exactly?
Your social standing isn't bad, and you're not bad to look at or particularly dumb. You could easily be engaged by now. But you just flit from one woman to the next without settling on anyone. I bet you enjoy going out with them, but you hate women themselves. Don't you think?
Interesting.
Me? Hate women? That couldn't be further from the truth.
Oh, now here's the real question. How staunchly does he deny it?
I'm always serious when it comes to matters of the heart. When I flirt, I stake my life on it.
Uh-huh. I'll believe it when I see it. Staking your life on a person is the sort of thing you should only do when you're in love.
That's what I've been saying. I love you enough to stake my life on it.
Good lord. You don't even know her. Like, he's really bad at this.
And I'm seriously in love with each and every girl I flirt with.
I see. Regardless, I'm not staking my life on you. So you'd better go and fall in love with someone else. Goodbye, Sylvain.
She's stone cold. I love it.
You love everything. I swear, whenever they were giving out discernment, you were like eating porridge. I should make some porridge. Sylvain's got someone else. Oh wait, I already knew that. Hilda, really?
Hey there, Hilda. You're looking cute today.
Well, she's always looking cute. That's like her whole thing.
Thanks. You're looking quite handsome yourself.
You know exactly how to talk to a guy. I like it. What's with all the books?
Oh, these? I was just bringing them to...
Smack someone over the head.
Ouch! Ouch!
Wait, what? You hurt yourself holding a book?
What's wrong? Did you hurt your foot?
What?
Yeah, I tripped earlier. But I'm supposed to return these books to the library by the end of the day.
I wonder how much work Hilda can get out of Sylvain just by continuously being like, oh, can you do this? Can you do this? And Sylvain's like, got her.
Relax. I'm sure there's a handsome guy around here who knows how to carry books to the library. You rest your foot. I'll take care of this.
Oh, no, that's all right. You must have something more important to do.
Nothing is more important than helping you. Just file the books on that desk, and I'll get them where they're going.
Oh, you're so kind. Thank you so, so much.
It's nothing. I'm happy to... Wow. That is a lot of books.
I'll just leave them right here for you. Thanks again, Sylvain. You're the best.
How did you not see them until now?
Wait a minute. Some of these books have dust on them. She's been holding on to these for months. The professor was looking for this one a few weeks ago. Hilda, hang on. Did she just trick me into doing something she didn't want to do?
Yeah, imagine how much you're gonna get chewed out when you get them back to the library, because they've been like out for so long. I'll say, Hilda's a sly one. The sly one, Mr. Grinch. All right, another one for Hilda.
Goodness, Hilda, you look worried. Is something the matter?
God, Mercedes is so boring of a character. I'm sorry, I won't keep saying you, but I'm just,
Oh, Mercedes. I was on my way to the greenhouse to water the flowers. But I have a meeting with the professor right now, so I'll have to be quick. It must be urgent to call you at this hour of the morning.
What is the time?
Go see what the professor needs from you. I can take care of the
The
flowers.
windows are fully done, so it's gotta be at least 7 a.m. or later.
Oh, are you sure? Thank you so much. It's no problem at all. Let me take the water from you. Thank you again. I'll see you at lunch. Right. I'm off. Oops, my meeting with the professor was tomorrow. Anyway, thanks, Mercedes.
God damn, Hilda. This is why I didn't like you. Hilda did grow into a much better character later, but oh, her early ones are just so... Now, Sylvain was fine. Sylvain totally had it coming.
Still no Mercedes. All she had to do was water a few plants. I didn't think it would take this much time. It's almost noon. Maybe I'll go see what she's up to.
Yeah, she may have gotten herself lost.
And that's the last of that. Perfect. What's taking you so long? Oh, Hilda. Is your meeting with the professor over already?
She has so much hair, good lord.
Yes. It's almost lunchtime. What are you still doing here? Lunchtime? I hadn't realized how late it was. After watering the flowers, I noticed that the greenhouse was in need of some tidying.
Man, Mercedes and, Cyril would get along wonderfully.
I must have gotten a bit carried away. It's so pleasant working in here. Oh, pleasant. Sure. You're such a kind person. No, it was my pleasure. Anyway, shall we head to the dining hall? I should have just done it myself. Waiting for her was so exhausting.
That's karma.
What was that, Hilda? Come along, I'm hungry. Coming! What should we eat?
Alright, and lastly, Annette and Hilda. Hilda's just getting along with everybody.
Hilda, I'm coming in. Hey, Annette. Don't mind the mess.
I'm gonna say, what if Hilda was naked? Like, you should wait to be invited first.
Oh, wow. It really is messy. I'm not sure there's even enough room to breathe. I haven't been tidying lately. I start to procrastinate when I'm busy.
I mean, that makes sense.
Oh. Hey, how about I clean up for you? Really? That would be amazing. So are you good at cleaning?
Do you not know Annette at all?
I love it. Actually, the messier a room is, the more determined I get to conquer the crud.
Someone send Annette to my apartment right now.
Works for me. I'll leave you to it. Don't want to get in your way. Great. See you later. Annette? Oh no, my face. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry. I'll clean it up right.
Okay, again, bringing Hilda into the, Blue Lions? The color seems wrong, but into the Lions was a great thing. She keeps getting, other than Sylvain, she keeps getting her comeuppance as she tries to take advantage of this house.
Not again. There was a big bug. So big. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Annette, do something.
Do you want her to use magic in your room?
Wait, not magic. I don't want you to burn my room
That's
down.
what I was thinking.
I'm so terribly sorry, Hilda. I wanted to clean up for you, but I basically did the opposite. No kidding. I guess it was my fault for getting you to clean up my mess. At any rate, you've made such a mess of my mess. Now I feel motivated to clean my own room. So that's kind of a positive outcome. I guess that's one way to think of it. You know, I really do admire your can-do attitude. Although it might be, too much. You don't want to overextend yourself.
You certainly don't.
For one thing, you'll tire yourself out. Based on what I just saw, you might even get hurt. Don't worry about me. I'm fine. I've been like this my whole life. I've never wanted to let anyone down. My parents, my uncle. So I always try
For some
to
reason, I
give
thought
my
she was going
all,
to say more stuff.
And it's taken me this far at least. I guess so. But going all out to please others, never thinking of yourself, that's no way to live.
Yeah, Hilda's the exact opposite. Initially. Alright. So we're almost done. I do still see that I need to accept the quest from Sedith. So let's find Sedith real quickly. Well, that's going to annoy me, the fact that it still says support, and it's going to say support forever, because I've got these guys that you can't actually do yet. Let's go find out what that is. Because it's set in a way where I can't select it. I have to actually go to where it is on the map. But we should still get that taken care of. That might also make that stupid indicator go away. Oh, well, that's obviously for Petra.
Okay.
Where she's hiding. Found her.
I have never had goings to the professor. You cannot.
Okay, that wooden button might be,
I had lost the place of this. You have my thanks.
Okay, and then we also do need...
You have my thanks. Training has given me great bit, but you have given...
Don't want to recruit people unless you just overwhelm them with stuff.
Teacher. Hello, Professor. May I speak with you?
You certainly may.
I was just wondering, what do you think of Edelgard? You seem to hold her in high esteem.
Oh, no, I don't. I know where she's going. She's got a lot to learn.
Well now, that is not what I expected you to say. You clearly have high standards. And what is your opinion of me? I am at least her equal, am I not?
Yes, you also have a lot to learn.
Be honest. Do not hold back. Pretend that I am just a regular person, not the scion of a noble house.
I don't give a shit about noble houses. I got a goddess in my brain. I mean, I literally don't know anything about either of you, so sure.
Evenly matched? Me? With her? I was just being modest before. Honestly, I have always prided myself on being superior to Edelgard. But evidently that is not your perspective. I suppose there is only one thing to do. I must demonstrate my excellence.
I can't stop you, although I'm not your professor.
You cannot stop me. I will prove that you have drastically underestimated me. You think I could ignore such a slight upon my honor? Not likely. Come, Professor. We will begin with battle. Edelgard's skills in combat are no match for mine.
You really want to do this?
I heard that just the other day, she defeated a demonic beast without assistance. Well, anything Edelgard can do, I can do better. And
anything Edelgard can do, I can do better. Wait, are you gonna try to take a demonic beast on? You're like level 7, dude.
Professor, you can be my eyewitness and timekeeper. Here we go! 2 at once? That's... well, it will be fine. I can't do it. It seems you have saved my life. Thank you, Professor.
Yeah, and for some reason I did it with a sword instead of my fists. Although, you know what, actually, that could be made to make sense because we can assume that I was using the Sword of the Creator, which would definitely necessitate its use in this.
Hey, Professor. Don't you think everyone's making too big a fuss? How important can that stuff really be? Personally, I'll take most of them.
But yeah, there's a button here that's yours.
Hey! I can't believe I dropped this. Good to see you, Professor. I was just on my way to...
Damn it. But I'm super strong. There are a lot of these dropping now than there were before.
Aristocrats are though. Yes, I'm actually very...
Romantic and faith. I'm not sure what the best way to actually recruit these people are, if I'm being honest, which I try always to be. No, I eat lunch with them, I give them their stuff back.
You and your class were at that fight in the Holy Mausoleum, right? I sincerely hope
for some
the
reason
holy
the grave robbers
artifacts
didn't
are
show up this time.
unscathed. I admit I would at noon.
I suppose I should actually just like invite them to tea is the fastest way to do it, because doing the lunch thing helps in order to make them like it gets the motivation of the people in my house up and also gets them to like me. I should probably be splitting it to where I'm also taking them the tool.
Fools, though.
Here, have an owl feather. Lost iron for some reason. No, it's not.
For me, I love it. Thank you. Thank you. For me?
Alright, so with that we'll go ahead and end the episode. So I am interested in getting Raphael and Lysithea. Really, Raphael, let me just like fly him with presents.
Thanks. 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 Thanks.
Yes.
Thanks.
Okay, and the last thing, because I almost just forgot to do it, we need to go find Sedith. But it should be up here, because we do have to get the quest from him. And then we will end the episode. I realize it's kind of gone for a bit long-winded. But I forget things, you know?
Ah, Professor. Gerald, it seems he has gone. If he is not in his room, then... I have something to ask of you. I have something to ask of you. I have something to ask of you.
I am trusting you. You must be. However, you will most. May
Wow, I
ask
thought
a
I'd done
favor?
most of these already. Okay, so...
Professor. Oh, Professor, he was talking with us.
Also, somebody here. I really thought I'd already done most of these, but obviously I didn't. So I'm just going to do them now. How about that? Okay, yeah. I thought it was this way.
Hey, Professor. I just spotted him by the dining hall, but Father.
Oh, well.
Father. Thank you so much.
Oh, Gerald? There's a graveyard. I can't remember.
Now being in the graveyard. I remember this. We have to kind of run around everywhere in order to get him, but thankfully I know right where he is now. So we'll just go sort this out. I just want to make sure he doesn't say anything different. I doubt he will.
I wanted to ask you to join me, but I couldn't find you. So, here I am. I was thinking we should visit your mother. She's resting beneath this humble grave. Hmm? Oh, of course you would ask that. I wouldn't know where to begin. I suppose I haven't talked much about her.
Certainly haven't. What's wrong with you?
She was gentle and smart. Oh, so smart. A wonderful cook. Always kind to everyone.
I do wish we knew more about her.
And she loved flowers. Whenever I brought her back an unusual flower, her face would light up.
Oh, just like Raphael.
I cherish those memories. I can't count how many times she made me happy just by smiling. And she smiled the most when she was pregnant with you. She died right after you were born. She wasn't able to spend much time with you. But she loved you with all her heart. That's the truest thing I know. Never forget it. This ring is the only keepsake I have of her. In time, it will be yours.
I do think we end up getting that ring after he is killed by, what is it, Kronia?
One day,
spoilers.
I hope you give this ring to someone you love as well as I love her.
Well done. You have my thanks.
And there's a turn-in up here, which is probably for giving the calming nerves to Idle McGee. Oh, pass it.
So the whole plan. That means that. What right? I wish I want to hear. Oh.
And why's that being in my own house?
I appreciate your effort.
Okay, and with that, I will see you when we get to the battle at the end of the chapter. Thank you very much for tuning in. I will see you all on Monday. Bye.